Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Laura if you are new here, and today we have a flexibility class focusing mainly on the lower body, but as always we will work a little bit of everywhere. So when you're ready, grab any props that would be handy, maybe a couple of blocks if you have them close by. If not, don't worry, we can work without, and we're going to start laying on our back today in what we call Supine. So we're lying on our back, our soles of the feet are together, the knees are going to drop open to either side of the yoga mat. Now here is where you might want to place a couple of blocks underneath the upper hips. Otherwise, just let the thighs fall open, the knees fall open. Just draw your shoulders down away from your ears, and if it's okay for you, just allow your eyes to close for a moment. And let's together just start by taking a deep breath in and a gentle sigh through the mouth. Again, just like that, slow breath in and a gentle sigh. And then just allow your breath to just become a little bit more conscious. Start to breathe slow breaths, and as you do so, start to notice any sensations. Notice where you feel the stretch, maybe a little bit of discomfort. Just start to observe how this feels for you in this moment. And then continuing to just breathe, just take your hands to the inner thighs and just allow the hands to rest, the elbows to rest. Maybe adding a little bit of pressure just to open up to that inner groin space. And then we're going to keep the left foot exactly where it is. Start to just lift the head, the shoulders up. Lift the right foot up and then take your right hand around either the ankle or, if you can, the little toe edge of the foot. And then just let the head and neck drop back down to the ground. So you're in a half happy baby. The left knee is just continuing to drop to the left. Start to draw that right knee towards the right shoulder. And if this is still too much, you can always hold the shin or behind the hamstring. Really nice. And then slowly just let the right foot meet the left foot back into your butterfly shape, hands onto the inner groins. And then lift the head and the neck. Lift the left foot, take the left hand around either the shin, the ankle, or the little toe edge of the foot, and then let the head drop down, let the shoulders relax, and just start to draw that left knee towards the left armpit. And then again, just see if you can just focus on breathing, using each exhale just to relax any gripping, any tension. Lovely, and then slowly just place the left foot back where you found it. Come back to that Baddha Konasana for one more time. And then from there, lift the head and the neck and the shoulders. Lift both feet, take the hands around the shins, the ankles, or this time both little toes. Lower the head and neck back down, coming into a full happy baby pose. Once you get there, think about drawing the tailbone down, so the lower back's pressing down. You can find stillness, or maybe just for a moment find a little bit of a rock from side to side. Really, really nice. And then from there, find center, find stillness. Release the soles of the feet to the floor this time, knees bent, knees to the sky. Feet are about hip distance apart. And then just place your right ankle on top of your left knee. Start to draw the right knee away from you. Option 1, stay here. Option 2, lift the head and the neck. Lift the left foot, take your hands around the left hamstring or the left shin, and then lower the head back down, feeling the stretch through the right outer hip. Maybe even using your right elbow against the inner knee for a little bit more stretch. Just taking a couple of breaths here. Really, really nice. And then lowering the left foot down, lowering the right foot down, just switching sides now. So left ankle, right knee. Draw the left knee away from you, you can stay. Otherwise, lift the head, hold behind the hamstring or the shin, and then lower the head. Start to flex the feet, drawing the toes towards the shin bones. And then just gently guiding the left knee away from you with that left elbow. Perfect. Start to lower the right foot down, lower the left foot down. And then from there, just hug both knees into your chest, wrap the hands around the shins and just rock a little bit here, side to side. You got it. And then start to roll all the way up to a seated position. Coming into Sukhasana, so we're going to bring the right ankle in front of the left ankle, knees open. Again, you can use blocks under the knees. Bring your hands in front of you, take a breath in. And then as you breathe out, just start to fold over the legs. Palms might be down, some of you elbows. Let the head and neck be heavy. And then from there, just start to sway from left to right. You should feel this again, same sensation as the stretch we just did through the right outer hip. Nice. And then find center, find stillness. Start to straighten the arms. Look forward, start to walk your hands as far forward as they will go. And then from there, start to walk the hands over towards the left. Bring the left palm flat to the floor, maybe pop up onto the right fingertips. Left palm flat to the floor, maybe pop up onto the right fingertips. Draw the right sit bone back and just drop the head again, feeling a stretch through the lower back. Breathing in and breathing out. Really nice. From there, looking forwards. Take your left hand just next to you, so next to your hip. Press into the hand and start to sweep that right arm up and open, coming into a side stretch. Try to turn the chest open, maybe gazing underneath that right armpit. Some of you, again, will be able to lower that left forearm. Big breath in and big breath out. Perfect. Start to come all the way back up. From there, take your hands behind you with the fingertips facing backwards and then extend the legs to the bottom of the mat. Bring your feet together, keep your feet active and then start to straighten your arms to start with. As you do that, start to draw your chest forward, your shoulder blades together behind you. And now start to bend your elbows, drawing the elbows as if they were going to come together. And you should really start to feel a stretch through the pectoral muscles in the front of the chest, through the shoulders. Keep drawing the chest forwards, taking a breath in and a breath out. Lovely. And then start to straighten the arms again. Come all the way back up. And then this time we're going to take the left ankle in front of the right ankle. So switching sides, probably the slightly more awkward way. Hands in front of you, taking a breath in. And then exhale again, starting to fold. Maybe it's a little fold. Maybe elbows can come down. Wherever you are, let the head drop. And then again, start to find that sway. Moving from left to right, feeling it into the left outer hip. You got it. And then start to find stillness, looking forward, straightening the arms, walking the hands as far forward as you can, and then starting to walk the hands over towards the right. This time bringing the right palm flat, popping up onto the left fingertips if you can, bowing the head towards that right knee and starting to breathe into the left side of the lower back. Lovely, and then looking forwards, taking the right hand next to your hip, pressing into the hand as you start to sweep the left arm up, turning open the chest, maybe gazing underneath the left armpit, maybe lowering the right forearm down if you can, but just feeling a stretch through the side rib cage, the side body. Perfect, and then coming all the way back up. From there, just swinging your legs around, coming into an all fours tabletop position, hands and knees, spreading your fingers, hands under shoulders, knees underneath the hips. From here, let's take a breath in, drop your belly, lift your chin, lift your chest. And then exhale, round your spine, chin to chest. 2 more, breathing in, arching the spine. And then exhale, rounding the spine. 1 more time, drop the belly, bum back. And then round the spine, chin to chest. Nice. Come back to neutral. Tuck your toes under if they're not. And then we're going to lift the hips up and back, come into a downward dog. Now to begin with, bend your knees, send your tailbone high and then start to draw your chest towards your thighs. Feel the ankles really just drop with gravity, so let the ankles relax. And then start to straighten your right leg, pressing your right heel to the floor as you bend your left knee deeply. As you do this, continue to press through the hands. You got it, and then switch. Bend the right knee, press the left heel down, lifting the right heel. Good, and then just start to move between the two. So bending one knee, bending the other knee. Just working in the backs of the legs, the ankles, the calf muscles. You've got it, and then finding stillness. Looking forwards, we're going to step the right foot forwards, but we're going to step it into a really short low lunge. So once you're there, drop the left knee down and then draw your right foot backwards slightly. So it's a really, really short lunge. Now from there, start to walk your fingers forwards. Start to draw your chest over your right thigh and then start to lift your right heel off the mat. So your knee is coming way over your ankle. Now this is an okay movement. This is essentially a squat movement. So I really feel that it's okay for the knee. As well as it being safe, you're taking a lot of the weight into your hands. Once you're there, start to relax the right heel towards the floor and feel a big stretch into the ankles. This one's great for your squats, great for your ankle mobility. If you can, walk the hands further forwards, lean your chest over that right thigh. Nice, and then start to walk the hands back towards the body, lowering the right heel to the floor, but keeping the shortness in the stance, and then press into the right foot, come all the way up. Think here about the tailbone drawing forwards. You're feeling a stretch all down this left hip flexor. Continue to draw the hips and the tailbone forwards and then interlace the hands behind the lower neck. Once you're there, draw your chin to your chest, let your elbows drop together and feel how that deepens the stretch through that left psoas, that left hip flexor. Good, maybe there's a slight engagement in the glutes. Take a breath in and a breath out. Good, again, inhale and exhale. Lovely, and then lift the chin. Start to release the hands down to the floor. Lift the left knee and then step back into your downward facing dog. Give it a little wiggle if you need to. And then when you're ready, look forward, step the left foot about halfway down the mat. Lower your right knee, or in that very shortened low lunge shape. Start to walk your hands forward, start to lean your chest over your left thigh, lifting your left heel off the mat. Once you're there, think about pressing the left heel down if it feels okay, taking a lot of the weight into the hands, and then maybe you can walk your hands further forwards, really just working into that left heel, left ankle. Breathing slowly. You got it, and then start to walk the hands back up towards the left foot, lowering the left heel down, bringing your right hip above your knee, and then pressing down in the left foot to rise up. Same as before, send the tailbone and the hips forwards until you feel the stretch through the right hip flexor. Interlace the hands behind the base of the skull, and then drop the chin to the chest, drop the elbows together. Let gravity do the work in the upper body. And just really think about sending the hip and the tailbone forwards. Good, and just breathing into that stretch, that sensation. Lovely, start to lift the chin and then release the hands down to the floor. This time, lift the right knee, step back, come into a down dog. Give the hips a little wiggle from side to side. Really, really nice. And then when you're ready, let's look forwards. Start to walk your feet towards your hands, bringing the feet about hip distance apart. Take a breath in, come up onto your fingertips. Maybe your hands are on blocks here if you're feeling super tight. Bend into the right knee, straighten the left leg, and then send the left arm to the sky. Start to turn the chest, try to draw that left hip back. Take a breath in and a breath out. Lovely, bend the left knee, left hand down to the block or the floor, and then right arm to the sky as you straighten the right leg. Again, drawing the right hip back, maybe looking up. Perfect, bring both hands back to the floor, tuck the chin, bend the knees, and let the upper body be really heavy as you start to roll vertebrae by vertebrae all the way up the spine, letting the head and the neck be the last thing to come up. Once you get there, find your anatomical position. So think about the perfect posture, chest slightly forwards, tailbone neutral, and just grow nice and tall through the spine. From here, let's take a breath in, reach your arms up over your head. Breathing out as you bend your knees, hands to the floor, head towards the knees. As you breathe in, bring your hands onto your shins, lengthen your spine, draw your shoulders back. And then breathe out, plant your hands, step your left foot to the back of the mat. Bring your right foot now so that it's underneath the knee. You can have your hands on blocks or fingertips. Start to draw your hips and chest forwards, and then a couple of times on your own, just start to bend and straighten that back left leg. Again, you're working into that left hip flexor, as well as probably slightly through the back of the left hamstring. Good, and then next time the left knee is down, we're going to keep it there. Press into the right foot, reach your arms up to the sky so you're in a low lunge. Pressing through the right foot, think about the front heel drawing towards the back knee and vice versa. Big breaths in as you reach. Big breaths out as you relax the shoulders. Good, let's take another breath in here. And then release the hands as you breathe out. Start to wiggle your right foot forwards, 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 forwards. And then start to send your hips back, straightening the right leg, coming into a half split. Hands can still be on your blocks. Maybe you walk them a little bit closer towards your shoulder distance. Once you're there, send your bum back, your chest forwards, and just really feel the stretch through the back of that right leg. Really nice. Looking forward, start to wiggle that right foot back so that you can re-bend into the right knee. Take your right hands to the big toe edge of the right foot. Lift your knee and then start to walk your hands to the long edge of the mat. Turn your 10 toes in so you're facing the long edge of the mat. Hands are going to come underneath your shoulders to the floor or the block. Palms flat if you can. And then start to bend into the right knee. And then start to bend into the left knee. So start to find this sway from side to side. Maybe as you keep going, it starts to become a little bit deeper, a little bit bigger. But just start to really feel the inner groins open, the inner hips open. You've got it. And then when you're ready, you've done even number, come back to center. Look towards the front right foot, start to walk your hands around, finding your runner's lunge. And then step the left foot to meet the front foot, finding a soft fold. From there, start to send your arms up to the sky as you come to standing, reaching up tailbone long. And then release your arms next to your hips. Really nice, let's reach the arms up, big breath in. Breathe out as you fold over the legs. Hands are going to slide to our shins, lengthen the spine, halfway lift. And then hands to the floor or block, step the right foot back, finding that runner's lunge. Continue to draw the chest forwards, the hips forwards, and then a couple of times start to bend and straighten that right knee, working into the hips. You got it. When the knee is down next time, we're going to keep it there. Low lunge, press into the left foot to reach your arms up. Continuing to draw the tailbone forward, strong thighs here, strong glutes. Breathing. Really, really nice. Release the hands to the floor. Start to wiggle that left foot forwards, 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 forwards. And then straighten the left leg into your half splits. Breathe in as you lengthen the spine. And then breathe out, chin towards the shin. There might be a little bend in the left knee, that's okay. You've got it. Start to look forwards. Draw the left heel back so that you can re-bend into the left knee. Take the left hand to the left big toe. Lift the right knee, and then again we're coming to that wide stance at the side of the mat. This time bring your feet a little bit closer together. Turn your heels in and your toes out. So you're in a kind of horse stance. Once you're there, start to bend the knees, lift the chest, look forwards, come up onto fingertips or blocks, and then see if you can take your right forearm to your inner right thigh, and then your left forearm to your inner left thigh. And then use your elbows, your forearms to guide the knees apart. Once you're there, try to lift the chest, feeling a really deep stretch through the groin, through the inner hamstrings, through the inner hips. Breathing in, breathing out. Good, let's take one more breath in. And then release the hands, straighten the legs, turn your heels out, your toes in. And then this time, if you can, start to walk the hands further back, letting the crown of the head drop towards the ground, doesn't need to be anywhere near. And just breathe into this fold, into the backs of the legs. Perfect, and then let's look forwards. Walk your hands around to frame your left foot this time. And then we're going to just step it back into your downward facing dog. Give the hips a shake again, give them a little bit of a wiggle. Nice, and then looking forwards, Dropping down onto the knees, we're going to slide the right shin forwards, coming into our pigeon pose. Start to draw the left knee back. If you need to, you can sit your right hip onto a block. Come up onto your fingertips, untuck the left toe. You can stay here if this feels enough in that right outer hip, or start to fold down the center line. Elbows can be down, forehead can be down, maybe make a pillow with two fists. Just for a moment, really breathe into the right hip. So we've kind of done a bit of opening on this right hip already. Lovely. And then for the next 3 or 4 breaths, start to look forward, straighten the arms if they're down, walk the hands over towards the left corner of the room and start to walk yourself all the way over as far as you can. Maybe you can pop up onto the right fingertips, drop the head down. So again, you're getting into that side body, that rib cage. Lovely, and then walk the hands back up to underneath the shoulders. Tuck your left toes, step back into a tabletop position. Bring the hips now so they're above the knees, look forwards. Start to walk your hands as far forward as you can and then drop the forehead towards a block or the floor, finding your puppy pose, stretching all across the armpits, the chest, the shoulders. See if you can just take some really big, generous breaths here. Lovely, and then press into the hands, lift the gaze, walk the hands underneath the shoulders, and then let's slide that left knee forwards, coming into your pigeon stretch, wiggling the right knee away from you. Once you're set up, maybe using a block, you can stay here upright, or you can start to again fold over, elbows down, forehead down, block, floor, your choice. Just find your edge and then see if you can just soften into it. So try to relax the shoulders, the fingers, the face. And then again, for the final few breaths here, just straighten the arms. Walk the hands all the way over to the right. As far forward as you can, maybe come up onto the left fingertips, bow the head down and try to really feel the stretch through that left side body. Really, really nice. And then start to lift the gaze, walk the hands back up underneath the shoulders, tuck your toes, and then step the left knee to meet the right knee, come into your tabletop. And really for a moment here, just give the hips a sway from side to side. Perfect. And then from there, bring your knees together. Sit your bum towards your heels. Come to sit in a kneeling position at the back of the mat. And let's take a breath in, extend the arms up to the sky. Interlace the fingers, flip the palms, just stretch through the whole front body. And then as you breathe out, take that interlace behind the base of the skull. Drop the head into the palms, squeeze the shoulder blades together, take a breath in. And then breathe out, draw the chin to the chest, draw the elbows together round through your spine. Just 2 more like this, opening up across the front body a little bit more. Breathing out, elbows together, chin to chest. 1 more time, let's drop the head back, squeeze through the shoulders. And then breathe out, elbows in, chin to chest. Lift the chin back to parallel and then just release your hands on tops of your thighs. Close down your eyes for a moment. Take a deep breath in and a breath through the mouth. Good. From there, breathe in, draw your shoulders up to your ears. And just exhale, circle them down and back. One more like that. Inhale, shoulders to ears. And then exhale, down and back. Just drop your chin to your chest. Taking a moment to just notice how you're feeling. Hopefully more open, more free in the body. And then when you're ready, lift the chin and let the eyes gently flicker open. Well done, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me for this flexibility flow. I hope you enjoyed it. A little bit different than my usual style practices. So do let me know in the comments if this is something you would like to see more of, if you enjoyed it, how you got on, and any other video requests are always welcome. But I hope you have a great weekend, a great week ahead, and I look forward to seeing you for another video very soon.